Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Sultan. I welcome you to yet another episode of Metromale. And I have the usual suspects here, my brother
Ahmad Oyekan.
And
this is Osikoya, also known as Saheed Osikoya.
My brothers, I welcome you to this wonderful episode of Metromale. And today we'll be discussing
Socializing.
Beyond the norm.
Beyond the norm. Now, as a Muslim or a Muslimah, where do you draw the borderlines, to socializing and then your spiritual life? How do you,
Mix it up. Mix it up. So we definitely have to socialize with your family, with nuclear family, with the members of society, with the members of your ummah, with your fellow colleagues at work, and the larger society at large. So definitely socializing is part of our lives already. Now, how do we socialize as Muslims, and how do we socialize that we don't cross the line, as you said? Especially coming from where we come from, part of Africa, Nigeria, being of the Yoruba, members of the Yoruba race. Socializing is a major, it's a major component and a major part of our lives. We grew up seeing our parents socializing. Social events are important part of the calendar.
Saturday cannot go by.
Yes, you have your weddings, you have your naming ceremonies, you have your prayers, you have your birthdays.
No, they're taking it that they are to bridal shower.
You have, now those are the new, those are the new innovations that have come in now. So you have, as you said, the bridal showers, the engagement, and the after engagement, and all that is coming. Yes, as Muslims, we have to socialize, and we have to socialize appropriately. Now, the other things that have come into for this new generation, you've got places you have to go like cinemas, to shopping malls and different places of activities which were not there before. For me, going to social events is okay. So far, we go to events where things are done appropriately according to your religious beliefs, and you're comfortable where you go, and you understand that when you go there, there's a certain way you should behave. Your deen dictates and controls what you do, how you do, where you do it. So we always have that at the back of our mind. I'm going somewhere, the way I dress should be appropriate there. When I get there, the way I behave with people, I go there, I greet people, behave in a decent, respectable manner.
Can you go to a pool party?
Depends on what kind of pool party. Who are the people
do they have a pool party? Pool parties.
You have family pool parties.
There are family pool parties.
You have neighborhood pool parties.
Yes. And there are some pool parties that that, look, they're going to be taking it to another level.
Yes.
Beyond the normal, regular, just swimming in the pool. You should be able to know that, look, this is not an environment I want to find myself in.
The thing about Nigeria is sometimes they even call for a pool party, and like 90% of people
are dressed.
They don't swim.
Nobody's in the pool.
Nobody's in the pool. That's what I'm saying. You need to know.
Then again,
yes.
You see the youth of nowadays. When they say pool party, it kind of like speaks volumes. Kind of like say, okay, bikini speaks.
That's a picture they have.
Naked people walking around.
I mean, that's because a lot of people feel like, oh, this is where I want to be comfortable. Like there's the last Olympics, there was the hijab kini that they released, like
burkini,
hijab, like swimsuits for ladies. So I mean, if some ladies don't feel comfortable showing off their skin, they'll wear it. Like, and some ladies, they feel like, okay, that's how they want to dress. It's left for you because it's the world we live in. You can't avoid temptation around. Just how you control yourself
Lower your
and
gaze.
resist it.
Lower your gaze. Thank you, my brother. I just wanted to clear the air.
You see, what Islam says is like, if you don't like something, try to change it with your hand. There's hadith. If you don't change it with your mouth, if you don't hate it in your heart, that's the weakest of faith. You see, that's sometimes the situation we find ourselves in. Another thing I try to do is like, with regards to socializing now, compared to back in the days, it's easy to get in touch and interact with your fellow like-minded people. Social media and everything. So if I want to have a pool party, I can reach out to you. I say, look, guys, let's organize something where all of us are comfortable in, and we don't find ourselves in so many uncomfortable situations. We try to avoid areas that we are not so comfortable in. But if we find ourselves in those situations, how do we behave and we react there? That is it. People go to the cinemas now. Fine. You go with your wife, you go with your kids, you go out and socialize with friends. People go out now. We have our usual sports of the parties. And they're always in the mix. Some people say, look, I want to go out with my wife. Where do I go? I'm a person that likes going out. Look for the place you can go with your wife.
There are nice restaurants, nice places where you can go and have a good time and come back.
You pick the place. That's just as the question you asked. Will you go to a strip club? No. I'm not going to be comfortable in the strip club, so I'm not going to go there. I think we're having more options.
A lot of people complain about social media, and I always tell people, social media, look, it's your hand. You're the one that will follow. You can choose not to follow.
Yeah, some people
I know people who only follow religious accounts. I know people who only follow political accounts. I know people who only follow business-minded accounts. Choose what you want to follow. When you start to follow XXX and you expect not to see naked women or things like that, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I feel like you should be able to, it's your life, so you should be able to dictate whatever you want to accept in your life and what you don't want in your life. So when a lot of people say things like, oh, this is bad, or this is bad, or as a Muslim, how do you cope with it? I think everything, even there are some things that where you read in some places, in some hadiths that don't go with you, but you seek from other people just to understand what it is, or define, okay, exactly why this was said this way, or why that was said that way. We're not supposed to just accept everything we read.
Okay. On that note,
I'd
like to say something. For me, my practice is I do not, first, you can't walk into my house with shoes. That one, because they fight with me and some musician, no be for me, no be anything with you. Now, where would they pray? So you need to, respect that. And that's what I do. My parties, when we're having parties, we don't serve alcohol. So a lot of my drunkard friends will be vexed. So when we're within my vicinity, like my house, inside the house, outside you can't. So most of them will now come with alcohol in their boots, park far away from my house. Once they finish eating, they will now go there and be drinking on their car. They always do that at my parties. So I was like, you can't come to my party and hope for drink.
You won't get it.
There are some things that you design yourself, you design what you want, and you design places you want to be at. I don't think it's too much problem if you have built your self-esteem to a certain degree as a Muslim person. No matter where you find yourself, and now we have the choice on our hands. Yeah. Like, it's my life. I want to design my vacation. I want to design how I'll socialize. I want to design how,
I'll mix with people.
Yeah, I'll mix with people. So,
but also at the same time, so you don't want people to say, oh, because you're a Muslim, you don't want to hang out. You want to just keep yourself in your house or keep yourself to a Muslim. Then that way you start to make people feel see Islam as a religion that isolates you or segregates you from people, and it's not.
Which is why I said at the beginning that we are social people, and part of our social existence is interacting with people. You get me? And part of the showing the beauty of Islam is interacting with people. If you don't socialize and they get to know you, like, this guy is a nice guy, this guy is a decent guy, he's actually a very wonderful person.
Even if it's a step towards advocacy.
Yeah, it's an advocacy, because when people socialize with them and see your character, oh, it's very gentle, it's not loud, it was well behaved. And I say,
when you draw a Venn diagram over a few Muslims, like, all of them have the same character. Why is it? Something about
Islam or what they believe in.
I'm telling you.
So that sociality, it's part of, as I said, advocacy of Islam. because it's your character that you transmit. And when you meet people in different situations, it's very nice, gentle, humble, it's kind. You know, it's always very nice to me, say sweet things to me. What is it about him that makes him that kind of person? If people get interested, they're like, okay, what do you believe in, or what are you following, or which book are you reading, or who is your mentor? Like, no, this is the book, this is what I believe in. And it guides me in the way I interact and socialize.
That's it. You've been already seen as an ambassador for Islam.
That is it.
You know, for me, I see it as just be yourself and try as much as possible to be a good Muslim. The rest will fall into place.
Exactly.
Me and you, we're here on this set, and if nobody in the world that knows us, they can speak for us. Sorry, people that know us can speak for us. That we socialize, but that doesn't take anything away from, you know, our deen and what we stand for. So, for me, it's just about your decisions. It's about how well you hold on to Islam and how well you remind yourself. You see, praying 5 times daily sometimes is not just praying to ask God for something. It kind of like reminds us about life and grace, you know, and everything, the reality of life. So if you pray at 2 o'clock, you go back, you don't refresh yourself.
To be honest, I feel like Islam is a religion that disciplines you. Because you know, every day you have to wake up before 5 a.m. to be able to pray Fajr. So you know that you are disciplined. You know, like, look, I have to wake up at this time to pray. Exactly. I have to pray at this time. You're able to manage your time properly with your prayers, because you know that, look, I have to set times for prayers. It's not just whenever I feel like I can go and pray. No, you have to set those times.
Mandatory is something that you have to do all the time.
Which is very correct, because it's that discipline that you need to succeed in life. So if you look at it, and also, as you said, when we relate with people, relationships with people are crucial. We need to build relationship, and that's where socializing comes in. That's how we build the relationship. That's how we keep relationships too. When do I go and visit someone? My friend, family. When do we go out together, spend time together? You know, people, we don't live for ourselves only. Yeah. People have rights on us.
Yes.
Your family has a right. Your in-laws have rights. Your friends have rights. Your neighborhood has a right on you. So when we socialize with them, we are keeping those relationships. And Islam and Allah loves the people that keep relationships. So we try to keep and we try to build new relationships. And that our character and the way we behave, which is ruled and which is from the faith, which defines how we carry on those, now shows in people when we socialize. If you've noticed that a lot of places where Islam developed or grew very fast was not because of fighting, was not because it was socializing. Their character, when they were socializing, really rubbed off on people, and they wanted to be like them.
Even this generation, I think, if you're trying to reach out to this generation and you know, talk to them about Islam or speak with them about, you know, spirituality, I think the first thing you need to do is get them socializing first, or get them through social media, get them through that funky thing that they can relate with. I think that's the best way to reach out to this Generation X. And what I feel is, as Muslims, I think we owe it to ourselves and to the deen to understand socializing, you know, and to understand the fact that we cannot look too rigid if we're trying to canvas more people over. So it's not like we're breaking any rules, but at the same time, we need to open our arms more and let people understand Islam from a very humane point of view. Like, there's nothing.
But Islam is very humane.
It's so humane.
Because it covers the whole way of life. Islam teaches us how to socialize. It tells you go and visit people, go to the hospital, visit, go to the sick, go and give, visit. It's better to give gifts, go and give gifts to people, how to receive people. You know, he wants you to socialize because that's when your character comes out. That's when you display it and you show people that this is who I am because of what I believe in. So our social existence is very important because we start from the family as the immediate, then we go to the nuclear and the ummah as a whole. We must connect each other.
I think people need to...
So as I said, we find ways to socialize, where to socialize and how to socialize without breaking the rules of the deen. So right now, as I said, people go to things like cinemas, parties. As I said, we can create our own parties if we don't feel comfortable with what we see. We have the means to connect. Connectivity is very easy now. So if you don't feel comfortable going to places, you are, look, these guys are not my kind of people. I don't want to cross the barrier all the time. But create your own setting. What's wrong?
There's nothing wrong in that.
And even invite them to that your setting.
And see
they
how
will conform.
Yes.
Exactly, they will.
And they will learn. They learn from you and say, look, I went to this guy's party. There was no rowdiness. Everything was all cool and everything.
I mean,
nice.
you can even go to a party and say, look, even if sometimes there are ways where even most of these people that love to drink alcohol, if they come to your party and there's no alcohol, they will still have fun without them having to drink.
You teach them that they don't have that.
You teach them, look, I have fun and I don't
There are so
necessarily
many
drink
places.
alcohol.
Nigeria, I think I have a problem with a lot of hangout joints in Nigeria. They don't specify no smoking areas and all those things. It's like everywhere you can just smoke.
Free for all, which is not right.
That thing, I think we need to also talk about that on a larger scale for people to understand. Look, if you give me a no smoking section, I can be there. I'll play my position, be there, and I'll leave, feeling good myself. Not I'll go. So some people, I'm telling you, some people don't want to go out.
Yeah, because me, actually, to be honest, I stopped going out a lot lately, and a lot of people ask me why you're isolating yourself. I said, look, first of all, I do not enjoy. I stopped smoking, and I realized that I do not enjoy being around smoke, and it affects me a lot. Because even after I stop smoking, like I get home, when I wake up in the morning, I cough, there's blood in my phlegm, all this kind of things. I don't want myself being in situations like that. So I rather avoid it. I said, look, if you want to hang out, we'll hang out in open air spaces. Because even in a lot of, I'm not trying to bring down any clubs in Nigeria, but a lot of clubs establishment in Nigeria, like the ventilation is poor. So like you in there, people even smoking, you're choking. You are breathing in smoke, even as secondhand, and it's bad. Secondhand smoke is worse than people that actually smoke. So I feel like those are the reasons why I choose not to want to, go to club. Like you can find me in places, you find me in restaurants, you find me in open air bars where I'm hanging out with my friends and drinking whatever I drink, but nothing necessarily alcohol. And I communicate with my friends. To be honest, the only reason why I was never really an alcohol person, the only reason why I used to drink alcohol was because I felt like I was shy, so I needed it for confidence posting. But after a while, when I stopped drinking, I found out that, look, I actually do not need this thing. I flow better than, it's just psychological. I flow better without alcohol than when I have the alcohol, I mean.
A lot of people ask me that question.
They actually don't believe that. They feel like everyone in the entertainment industry does drugs or smokes or drinks.
Like they say,
and it's
okay, well, how do you get your inspiration? How do you get your inspiration?
Like, some people actually just get inspiration from God.
From God.
I sleep, and in the middle of my sleep, when I wake up, like the melody and words will be in my head. So I just grab my phone and start recording. I'm like singing because I don't know. Okay, who gave me that inspiration? That's from the divine.
That is with that.
You
You can get that high. They ask me, and when you go to party, how do you get that? I say, I don't need. I got natural high. I don't need alcohol to take me high. I don't need drugs to give me high. That confidence I believe in myself. I believe in God has given me what is God given. Yes, and I develop myself. So be confident in yourself, and you don't need people to tell you what you need to make you comfortable. You know what is best for you. I don't need alcohol to make me cool or flow. No. Well,
and then people say, oh, you're not drinking, you're not cool, you're not smoking, you're not cool. There's nothing about being cool.
People are very shallow. Anybody that says that.
People that say things like that, like,
that's shallow.
He's a fake person, he doesn't drink or he doesn't smoke. It doesn't mean anything.
That's why I told you, that kind of person admires you secretly. Trust me.
Of course.
We'll be right back on Metromale. You're welcome back to Metromale. My name is Sultan, and if you're just joining us, Assalamu alaikum. I have my brothers here, Ahmad and Bizel Osikoya. So we've been discussing about socializing beyond the norm as Muslims. Where do you call it quits? Where do you draw the lines when socializing? And that's something we've not really touched on. Owambes. The rituals that surround Owambes, Ashrebi, and then can you attend a friend's wedding at the church or the worship place?
Are we talking about starting with the Ashrebi or Owambe part first?
Let's take it from the Ashrebi.
Ashrebi is I don't know how it started, where it started. When I grew up seeing people doing ashwebi and wearing ashwebi. And it was something that always mystified me. Why do I have to go and get clothes from somewhere for a particular occasion? I have my own stuff, and it's not good enough to go somewhere. You know, I never understood it. But I said, if that's the way the tradition was, maybe there's something about it I'll later find out in life. But till now, I still don't understand it. Because
I don't understand.
I don't understand the...
So you don't see the swag?
No,
when you go to the party, everybody looking like...
No, it looks
to be honest, like...
it looks colorful.
To be honest, it looks colorful. And for the ladies, well, I mean, maybe like 4, or maybe like the wife's friends, or not necessarily the whole wedding. They can do the, maybe ashoke, which is matching head ties or caps. Which, I mean, that's fair enough, because the caps are like 500 naira, the head ties are like 2,000 naira. But when the clothes, when they tell a man that let's buy ashwebi, let's bring, when you know how much you can get nice 5 yards for 30,000, and then they tell you to bring 60,000 for 5 yards, because all the guys want to wear. Why can't, as a guy, if I have white in my house, why can't I just wear the white shirt I have in my house? For females, well, it's understandable. You and your friends might want to wear the same thing. But for guys, like, it's not compulsory. It's not a, you know, if it was like, say, for your wedding now, you guys want to wear matching suits or matching jalabias, it makes a lot of sense. But I don't see a point where all the males at my wedding have to wear the same color of agbada as me. Like, it's... Oh.
So for me, I think a lot of them just use it as fundraiser.
I think it's just a way to
make fundraising, because they know that you know. But hey, this is my wedding. It only happens once.
Exactly.
So,
and the problem is that they complain about it, but they do it when it comes to their own turn as well. You complain, oh, I have 17 weddings, I have to buy a shebi, and I'll never wear again. When you're getting married, you yourself, you bring out a shebi.
Exactly.
And say, people should come.
So the ritual goes around, it's like a cycle.
Well, it's a vicious cycle, because as I said, once you open the Pandora's box, everything comes out. Yeah. You know, my dad, thank God for me, never used to go with that shebi. He said, if you want me at your wedding or event, you will take me as I come. Did you get me? So if you don't like me as I was at wedding, you can tell him to go back. If you want me there, whatever I
serve you right.
It's good for whatever I'm wearing is good enough for you. So I know what is appropriate to wear. But you now start forcing me. You see, that's where we start having issues in society, where people now are being forced. You see, we talk of peer pressures in things like other vices, alcohol, these drugs, but there's peer pressure too. In this, people don't see your wives
that can't afford it.
That can't afford it. And I don't feel among.
And then, you know,
so people go and borrow money.
Yeah. They don't give you souvenir.
Because you don't behind us. But which is wrong, man. If you invite me for your wedding, I should be good enough for you to be there. So you would not find out people go and borrow money now to buy that. We go into debt just so that they want to feel among. Islam does not encourage that. Yeah. We are to live within our means. Exactly. You see, there's certain aspects of the deen that if you cannot afford it, it's not compulsory on you. Even the pillars, which is Hajj. If you cannot afford it, don't go and borrow money and go.
Let's talk about, I'll ask you a question. Yeah. Can you go to the church to attend a friend's wedding ceremony?
When you say going to the church, I think going to the church where they have the service.
Yeah.
I can't go inside the church. I can be in the environment, but I won't be able to go inside where they're having the service. Because part of what I believe in says, wherever they're calling another name apart from Allah, I should not be there as a witness. So, I mean, I have my close friends, some of them are Christians. They know I love them to death. I love them as my best good friends. This is your wedding, I will be there with you. I will, show you your appreciation of what I feel about you. I will support you. But that service part, I will leave it to you to do it as you do. After service, if it's within the compound of wherever, we will always do it together. But my own self, I won't be able to get into the church where they're having the service.
Bizo.
I mean, for me, it's different. Like I said earlier, I come from a background of both religions, mother being Christian and father being Muslim. So I mean, if my friend is having an event, my older sister, she's Christian, she had a wedding in a church. I wouldn't say I will not attend. I mean, I will attend, but I might not take part in everything they do. Like, when they do some churches where they say, will come forward for communion or this, or a first comer, I give your life to Christ. Things like that. I stay away from those things. I'm just there because they want my presence, and I feel like you're my loved one or you're my good friend, which I cherish and respect. Because most of them, when I invite them to events at my house where we're having Ramadan lectures and stuff like that, they come, even if they don't understand or what they're saying. But most times it's English they speak. So, I mean, they come. So, I mean, I feel like if they can come to events that I have, I should be able to go to their own event as well to, you know, I don't necessarily have to partake in it, or when they say prayers, I have to pray with them. But, I mean, just my presence.
I've been paid to go to the church several times. I've been paid. I've been there, performed. My soul wanders, and I always hope to learn one or two things. You need to experience some things to appreciate what you have.
Exactly.
You know, so for me, yes, I do one or two.
I mean, I'm like that as well too. My mind likes to wander. I like to go to places just to find out things. Doesn't necessarily mean I want to partake in it, but I just want to have the knowledge. Like sometimes, they say it's good to. Sometimes it's good not to know about some things. What you don't know won't hurt you. But sometimes it's also good to have that knowledge so that you can preach to other people to go against it. Like, not necessarily things like, I mean, I won't say I'll preach to someone not to go to church. If you want to go to church, go to church. But, I mean, there are some places where maybe I go to this restaurant or I go to this gathering and I see that, look, these people are up to no good. I'll be able to say that, look, don't stay away from that gathering, stay away from here, because these people are up to no good, even though they claim to be religious or this, but definitely they're up to no good. So stay away from things like that. You know, I just like to have the knowledge to be able to help people make better decisions.
Now, it's post-millennial, and when we talk about socializing, we can't run away from the virtual socializing. Media, social media, socializing. What's the extent to what you can do in socializing and social, what you've done?
I mean, to be honest, like, these things are bound to happen. For someone like me, where I'm in the entertainment industry, I follow so many people in the industry, and people follow me back. I even follow people outside the industry. And you can't really avoid all these kind of things because you don't know, you're not going to tell the next person, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. But you should also be able to know that, look, I was scrolling past, that's the best thing that internet has done. There's a feature where you can restrict anything from showing. So unless you click on it, on Twitter and on Instagram, you can restrict
obscenity,
nudity and stuff. So you scroll, sometimes I'm sure you have it on Instagram or Twitter, when you scroll and it says you cannot view this, click to, you know, see more. You know, and that's because you have to.
But you're saying that they have control features.
Yeah, control features basically. So for even if your kids want to go join accounts and everything,
PG.
you can PG. There's like, even for YouTube, there's kiddies YouTube where no adult stuff comes on. Like all my nephews on their iPad, they have kiddie YouTube. So everything they can only watch is children's show, cartoons that are good enough for kids. You know,
I think what you're saying for me is like, it's even new because I'm just learning that, and I'm sure a lot of people don't know.
A lot of people don't know. That's why I say it's good. Like people need to research and learn and understand. Like, because a lot of people just use all these things online, but they don't bother like trying to do more research into knowing it. It's my field of work, and it's something I learn what's new, so that I can let people know. You know. Like, okay, look, there are ways you can control these things from having your kids have to go on, you know, because a lot of schools in Nigeria, like secondary schools and primary schools that have computers for their kids, they don't put this feature on because a lot of the teachers probably don't know about it. But there are ways where you can do that, lock off the YouTube where the kid cannot search anything other than educational and kiddie stuff.
Well, that's a really interesting bit to my brother Saheed, because talking about this now brings about knowledge and we're learning. A lot of people, I said, don't know about these features. A lot of these features are there and people don't know, so they just go on there and a lot of rubbish comes in. Technology is good. Technology is meant for advancing and betterment, but it also depends on how we use it. So we need to learn how to use it. As my brother was saying, if I'm seeing a woman naked and I'm saying you need to be sent to me, am I sinning because I've not seen her physically? Of course, we all know what is good and what is bad. So we can't deceive Allah if we think we can deceive ourselves. So we have to be very clear that, look, all those sites, you cannot control what comes in. But I said, with some of these features, you can control the kind of content. Because some people just throw things at you and think you're the same kind of person they are. Or it's fun, or it's a joke, like, can't you take something? But it's strong, because sometimes your kids can pick up your phone. Or your people are close to you and they start seeing stuff and start wondering
even like,
what kind of person you are.
Offensive, a lot of people self, like, maybe they look at you like, okay, maybe when you were in secondary school, you used to
with the fun-loving
guy, like, and then as you grow older, you've changed. Things are not the same for you again, and people still feel like, okay, this guy is still the same person. Okay, let me throw this kind of jokes to him, or let me throw this kind of things to him, and then you react in a way where they're like, oh, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he behaving different? But it's life. People change. People, yes, maybe 2 years ago, I might have liked you sending me jokes, they're not funny and naughty jokes. Now I've outgrown it. I do not want to see things like that. So if you're going to broadcast, like, exclude me from
Akbar.
So I mean,
brother, we have to give God the glory.
So
for our brother Saheed Bizo. This brother used to be the fun-loving guy. But I have always admired him. He knows that. I've always known that he's a level leader. Even when all these things he's telling us, it's just that maybe he started praying. So that one, no
that
change.
Consciousness
I don't think the transformation would have been harder.
Exactly. If I wasn't, it wasn't like a drastic transformation of saying me coming from a dark side to a new side.
It was just him shaving off some,
and I just I had to take off some baggage, some people, some behaviors, association, just change the kind of people I relate with. And to be honest, I found that it's actually changing my life more, because I meet more people in higher places of life that we can actually do business together, and they not see me as someone irresponsible. Because before, a lot of people, when I used to go to them, they're like, club, you're a club guy, you're this guy. So a lot of people didn't actually really take you serious, because they just felt like you're just trying to make a quick buck, you're just trying to, but now when people see you, okay, this guy is a religious guy, he prays 5 times a day, he knows what he's doing.
That direction in his life.
Yes, they see that there's a direction in his life where he's going. And I tell a lot of people, to be honest, a lot of young people send me messages every day on social media. I'm like, oh, bro, you changed my life. Oh, bro, you stopped me from trying to commit suicide and things like that. I think it's because a lot of people are controlled by we're all controlled by our environment, but there's so many ways where you can resist your environment controlling you. And you put the power in your hands and God's hands. Like, let God be your driver. So like everything you're doing, always take it to God before you do anything. Wake up in the morning, first thing you do, pray. Before you go to bed, pray. I tell people, like, look, if you pray Fajr and Isha, like your day is going to be good, because you wake up amazing, you go to bed amazing. And I notice, like, sometimes where like, I kind of have like anxiety attacks or stuff like that, and I just pray. Things just, before I know it, I've forgotten that I was having an attack or anything. My mind is just going away from things like that.
You're very correct.
And also, I feel like it helps you, the more you pray, the more people that you don't need, God starts to reveal the people you don't need in your life to you.
You're very correct, my brother.
It's like a roadmap.
It's a roadmap. That's why it's very important that we have that at the back of my own socializing. So if we go into social media, because it's a new phenomenon and it's a very strong phenomenon. My kids, powerful. My kids are doing stuff 4 or 5 years old. Instagram, they now ask me, don't you have Snapchat? In my age, I never, the first computer we had used to be covered in my house.
Same.
It used to be put in a corner in the, what they call the study. My father said, I used to cover it. And it was until you were at the age of secondary school, they would give you the kids to go and open it and type some black and white screen, like type some code. But now kids from the age of 3, 4, they know how to manipulate phones.
Children are still get computer.
And still getting the Android.
When I get computer at that time, we never get computer.
You see, so now 3-year-old child knows how to control, how to get access to information.
You know how to log on the internet.
He didn't log on the internet.
You don't want to drop your phone where they are.
They know how to search for things there. They know how to go to places that you've never been to. My child was telling me that 3-year-old, she could access YouTube. I was like, how do you type? He knows that if you speak into it, there's a voice command. So I can search for something just by speaking. I was like amazed, even what I did not know. So that's why they are going now, and a lot of communication is happening there. So how do we now guide ourselves to make sure that, look, we don't go out of control even there? Because it's a virtual world, you don't know what is going on there. I don't know what to expect. So as you said, it's trying to control ourselves based on our beliefs so we don't get distracted, because there's a lot of distraction too in social media. It can be used for good and it can be used for bad. So let's try and control it. So you know what you're looking for as a Muslim, and your deen tells you. So you only go to places where it will benefit you. You don't go looking for rubbish. There's a lot of rubbish out there. So as my brother Basil said, you can't control. There are a lot of control features. So maybe later on it will help.
You can even use such features for yourself. And have an automated sieve. Sieve, that's what I call it. Like, everybody knows that we are fun-loving people, and we're Muslims, and we're happy to be here on Metromale. Thank you so much, Ahmad. Right now we're going on a break, and we'll be right back on Metromale with my usual suspects. Welcome back to Metromale. My name is Sultan. I have here with me Ahmad and Saheed, popularly known as Bizo. And it's a very interesting topic that we've been asked to dissect today, socializing beyond the norm. Now, we've made several points and shared experiences, many. And all I would say is, to round up, what are the advices you'd give a Muslim and a Muslimah about knowing where to draw the lines, call it a day, draw the curtains on socializing as regards to the deen, Islam?
I think a very good one. My own opinion or personal advice is, you know what guides you. You know, as I said, the conscience is a very clear thing. Once you go against it, you start to know. So once your conscience starts to prick you, you know, like, I'm not comfortable with what is going on here, I need to quietly exit, or find a way out of there, or start avoiding some kind of settings that are taking you way out of your deen. You want things that will help you build in life, not to take you away from your faith and God. So we should not spend our energies going to places or interacting with people that are going to take us far from God and from our deen and how we relate to Him. I used to have an issue with some of my partners when I started business. It's a personal experience. They used to complain, I don't like going out at night. That it was at night that they do deals. It's where you meet people and you get contracts. That when guys are drinking, like, that's where it flows.
Network.
Network. Ahmad, you're not networking. We are not going to be able to make business. And when I said, look, bro, I will work from, you go and do the network at night. Bring it out back for me. I will do the 7 to 7 or 7 to 10 a.m. to execute your networking. So that when you are sleeping from your networking, I will take over. So just pass the baton to me. I cannot sit with people, I don't drink, so I cannot sit down with you all night to get the person drunk to be able to not approve something. If that's what you're good at, follow your skills. But for me, I'll be the office guy for you. Get the deals, I will do the follow-up, the execution and all that. 1, 2, twice after I was, okay, fine. But you see, the thing is, for a Muslim, you have to walk the walk too. So whatever you do the best in it. So when you find out that, look, I don't go out with them at night, but whatever they bring, I do it very well. Follow up, execute. They say, okay, fine. Maybe this is where you are good at. And so after they kept me out of their socializing, and I said, whatever is meant for you as a Muslim will come for me. Exactly. Whether it's in the plane, it might not be always in the club. Exactly. It can be anywhere. Allah will bring it to you. Whatever yours will not pass you, but you have that belief. So I don't have to go. Yeah, trust in Allah. And Allah will always answer you.
You want to be rich, you want to gather wealth and, possession. But at the end of the day, on the day of Qiyamah, it is the rich people that will be accounting. You see,
it's the poor people that are going first. The rich people are the ones that will do the account.
So you start accounting for every kobo. So be careful while spending your money on profanity and on many things. So you have to guide yourself with such, guidelines. Every time you want to spend money to socialize, make sure it's something that you can defend.
And it's between your means. Don't go out of your means to feel among or to be among.
Please, my Muslim brothers, I really want to speak with all of you and speak to your minds, the youths. There's so much peer pressure out there, and there's so many of you that are out there that don't want to own up to the fact that you're Muslims. You need to build your self-esteem. Islam is not for weak-minded people. It's for people that have strong self-esteem. You need to have strong self-esteem to be able to beat your chest in public and say, yes, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Muslimah. nothing. It's not derogatory to other people's beliefs.
And also in your place of work, you should be able to, you know, let them know I'm a Muslim.
They design around you, know that.
I need to observe.
If you don't stand for
Salat at
something,
this
you
time.
stand for nothing.
And another thing is, Islam says you are the best of mankind. So if I'm the best of mankind, why should I start feeling inferior to anybody? I am proud to be that because God has made me, has used Islam, giving me that knowledge and belief has made me the best. Because it's the character and it's the integrity. It's what makes you, the components of you. I mean, it's like a beautiful car with a dead engine. But when Islam comes in, the engine comes to life. Exactly. So once it comes to life, why should we want to hide it, as I said? I should be happy.
Socialize if you may, that's what we're saying.
Yes, like you can socialize, but do not go off the boundaries of things that will take you far.
I mean, also, I feel like a lot of Muslims out there too, like, you need to understand that these people judge us by the way we live and things we do. That's what will make people say, look, give Muslims a name or so, this Muslims like this or Muslims like that, because you know
you don't look like a Muslim.
You don't look like. Is there supposed to be a look for Muslims? No, there's not supposed to be. There's no look for Muslims. It's not a look. There's no look for anybody. Everybody looks great. It's your behavior,
your character,
that determines you, that shows and reflects your being a Muslim, not the way you dress or the way you look. You can, you can still. I mean, when I say dress, doesn't mean you should dress anyhow, but still dress responsible. And also for people too, a lot of people out there that are Muslims, they also try to do some things. Just say, well, let them say I'm a cool Muslim, cool Alhaji. Like there's nothing like cool Alhaji.
You can't start remixing Islam like that.
You can't remix Islam like that. If there are things that are wrong that we shouldn't do. There's nothing wrong in you cutting all those things. You can't cut corners. Cut these things off that you don't need to do. You can't say, oh, today I'll observe my salat, and after I shy, I go and start doing stupid things, hanging out with bad company.
Ramadan, think of it as the rehearsals. It's not the celebration. Every year you have a month for you to rehearse how you're supposed to live your life. Do you understand? So that's what we should be working on. It's not like, break, let's go and celebrate Ramadan, then we'll go back to it. Like, no. It's supposed to be that point of rehearsals. You're trying to practice the way you're supposed to live your life in general.
To add to that, too, as you said, if you want to be a Muslim, you have to be consistent in your beliefs. And if you believe in something totally, that's why I started saying you must enter Islam wholeheartedly and submit. It's not a half and half. If you are not ready, you can be on the... But when you're ready to come in, you have to come in completely. So as I said, you can't do it today, I'm good, I'm fasted tomorrow, it's not an offer, no. Socially, I'm socially cool, Alhaji. Oh, they tell you that I can't be a funky. I said, no, I can't be a funky Alhaji. If I'm an Alhaji, I can't be a funky. People can have fun without breaking the barriers of Islam. People believe that. You see, that's my problem. They create a set barrier for you or set rules that within these areas, what is fun? They define fun for you. I said, no, it's not fun for me. People always found that. I said, I find
fun
joy.
Is relative.
I find fun in things I do and makes me happy. It's not the same as yours. So don't define it for me. We can create our own fun as Muslims and have our fun.
Thank you so much, and I'm sure you all had fun watching us today. I'm so happy that my brother is here with me, Ahmad, Saheed.
Also as Bizzle.
I'm getting used to calling him Saheed.
MashaAllah.
Bizzle and brother Abdul-Ganiyy Fasasi, Sultan. They're laughing at me behind the camera, but it's okay. They are getting to know me. A lot of people ask in quiz, oh, what's Sultan's Islamic name? They don't get it at all. So now you know. Thank you so much for joining us on Metromale, and it's Masalam from this side.